to my channel. So for today's video, I really wanted to do a battle of the Gucci bags. So little backstory here, my cousin ordered a Gucci bag just like mine online from this I don't call it wholesale, but like a wholesale site where they make knockoff bags. So I had her bring her purse over because I wanted to compare them on camera for everybody who's like me, who's curious to know, are these $1,000 bags really worth it? Are designer bags truly luxurious? Is the leather better? Is the quality better? Etc, etc, etc. So if you are not into counterfeit goods, knockoff bags, or if you're someone who's like an avid person who you know, is against these type of videos, then please go ahead and click out the video. Don't even bother watching it. Don't leave a negative comment. Just go ahead and click out of it. But if you are like me and you are very curious to know if these counterfeit bags actually look like the real ones, what the material is like, what they feel like, what the sizing is like, then go ahead and keep on watching. But before we get into the video, please be sure to go ahead and subscribe down below if you like this type of video, and if you want to see more videos like this, I would love for you to go ahead and subscribe to join my YouTube family and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. So, little short backstory. So back in 2011, we went to New York for the first time. My mom took myself, my sister, my Uncle Larry, rest in peace Uncle Larry, and we went to New York, and I was so excited to go to New York because I'd never been one, and I wanted to go to Chinatown. I had heard all my life about Chinatown, so I really wanted to go. So we go to New York, we're having a good time, and we go to Chinatown, and I decided I wanted a Louis Vuitton Keepall knockoff, of course, not the real one. And basically it's like a little tote bag that you use for like overnight trips, or you know, like a carry-on on the flight. So I bought it for $100. Looking back, I'm like, that's way too much money to spend on a knockoff bag, but I bought it for $100. Y'all, that bag only lasted me 2 trips. I flew home and I flew back to North Carolina, and then I flew from North Carolina back home to Memphis, and on the trip to Memphis the second time, my bag broke. And I was so embarrassed on that flight because I was getting my bag down and the handle popped. And I was like, oh crap, like what do I do? My handle is broken. The bag was stuffed, okay? I was using it as a legit carry-on. So I had all my stuff in it for this 4-day weekend, and the handle broke. And I was sad because I felt like I paid a lot of money for it. I mean, $100 was a lot of money to me to pay for a bag and for it to break on the second time. But now I know a little bit more about counterfeit goods. I know that they're not all created equally, 1, and 2, sometimes you kind of get what you pay for with the cheaper ones. So if I had to go back and do it all over again, I just wouldn't have bought the bag, because the way I wanted to use it, you need the real one. If you want to use a counterfeit bag as an actual everyday bag, it's probably best to just save your money and buy the real one, because they're not gonna hold up. So that's my little backstory. That was okay. So now to the juicy stuff. So here is my Gucci Soho disco bag. I got this bag in 2018 as a gift to myself for getting my master's degree, and I ordered it from the Gucci website, and this is what it looks like. Just the regular bag with the tassel. The tassel is pretty heavy. It has a zipper closure. It is empty right now, but it is dirty. I just wore this bag like for the last month. I wore it like all of the month of August, so it's pretty dirty on the inside. But okay, but yeah, here is my Gucci Soho disco bag. I paid $1,090 for it, I believe. I believe is what I paid for it. But anyway, this is my Gucci bag, and this was a $1,000 bag. We'll just go ahead and say $1,100. So this is mine. This is my cousin's bag, and before you even say anything, yes, they look almost identical. Like this over here is a pretty good knockoff of this one. Now, of course, there are like some key differences that anybody can point out, but so far, but just looking at the two of them side by side, you really wouldn't know which one was real and which one was fake. The Gucci bag it does come in red, and I do think this color is a little off. I don't own the red one, of course. I own this camel color, but I do think the red Gucci one is, I think the red is either a little bit lighter. Yeah, I think the red is a little bit lighter than this one. This is more of a burgundy color. I don't know what's coming up on camera. Okay, so yeah, these are the two handbags, and just from looking at them in the viewfinder, they look pretty identical. I noticed a few things that are different just from, you know, having this bag for 2 years now and holding this one in my hand. There are some distinct differences, but for the most part, this one is a pretty good knockoff, and I think she paid about $60 for this one. I'll have to check, and I'll put it on the screen somewhere how much she paid for this. But yeah, so side by side, you can see that they are pretty much the same size. I think hers is just a tad bit wider than mine, in my opinion, from what I can see. So as you can see, like right here, the hardware is different. Her hardware is a lot bigger. Mine is smaller. Mine is a shinier metal. Hers is more of a brassy metal. The stitching along the sides is different. So just holding them in my hand like this, my bag feels like much lighter. It is that soft, squishy leather, and hers is more of, it puts me in the mind of like some of my Michael Kors bags. It's a textured leather. I mean, this is textured as well, but this one is more of a textured, stiffer leather. Like as I squeeze it, it doesn't mush. It's not gonna give way as much. This one is super soft and pliable, and for some people they think that for some people they feel that this one is too soft because as you can see here, it has like a little dent from hitting against my hip, and they all do that. I do stuff it when I don't use it, but I think they just all kind of naturally sag just based upon how you wear it. I do wear mine crossbody pretty much all the time, so it does have a little bit of sag in it from being crossbody. Now this one, she wears it crossbody as well, but because this leather is stiffer and the piping is a little like more, what's the word? I don't know, but the piping on this one is firmer, so it's not gonna give way as much when you sit it against your body. So that is a key difference. I do like that this one is a little bit stiffer because I feel like it's gonna hold its shape a little bit better, but I wish the leather was softer, which doesn't really make sense. I mean, softer leather typically means it's gonna give more, but this one. So the second thing I wanted to talk about was the tassels. When I first saw it, I was okay, let me see your tassel, girl, because the tassel is the key giveaway. I have seen other people like out in person with the knockoff one, and the tassel was like super thin on theirs. Her tassel isn't super thin, so I feel like this is a good replica. My tassel is heavier, and I think that this one is heavier because of the type of metal that it is. This metal is pretty heavy, and it gives you a good hold when you do go to open the bag. This one just feels like your beauty supply type metal, you know, like that really flimsy metal. This doesn't have any weight to it, so I feel like you have to really put your weight into it to open the bag. Whereas this one, because it's so weighted, you just really just pull the tassel and you can open the bag pretty easily. So that is a key difference that I do see. And of course, so the hardware is different, like I mentioned earlier. The gold is more of a, I don't know how to describe it. It's more of a yellow, like a costume like gold. Whereas mine is more of like a true soft gold. This one is way more costumey. It's very yellow. Like, I don't know if it's coming up on camera, but it's super yellow. Now on to the inside of the bag. When I saw the inside of the bag, to me they were pretty much identical, but there was a key difference in, of course, the way the pockets were made. So here's mine, and as you can see, I have a small pocket here, and it's just a pocket. You can put a credit card in it. I have just put my ID in it before. It's not really big. But I think they make it that way so you can put something that's small and it'll be secure. I have put my card in it before and it's never fallen out. So I like that feature about it. And then the other pocket has the Gucci logo here. And this pocket is fairly bigger than the other one. It's not the full length of the bag, as you can see, but it is bigger than this pocket, and that's pretty much it. It's just two side pockets here and then the inside of the bag. I personally do like that. I don't have any complaints about the structure of this bag. Now the replica has two large pockets. Oh, she got stuff in here. Hold on. Now the replica bag has their, of course, little, I can't even get it, this leather so stiff. This one has the Gucci logo, and that's a key difference there, because theirs is painted on Gucci and mine is, they don't even want to come out. So mine is, can you see that? Mine is more stamped into the leather. It's stamped in there, that's not paint. It's painted and it says Gucci, made in Italy. And this pocket runs about the length of the bag. So that's one key difference. It is nice to have a big pocket, I guess, because you could just put, you know, sunglasses or your wallet back there if you wanted to, or like your face mask. And then the other side has the same thing, a pocket that runs the length of the bag. So there is no small pocket in this one. This one has two large pockets, and then of course the inside of the bag. So off top you can tell the difference, because of course mine had the smaller pocket in the front. Here where the Gucci sign is, there are small pockets right here, and then the back pocket is a little bit bigger, but this one of course runs the full length of the bag, and this one is about that big. Overall the inside is pretty much similar. There are two pockets, they are just different sizes. Now the inside material is different. Mine is like a true cloth material. It's a little bit dirty because I do use it now, and this one is more, I don't know what material this is. It's a little, can you hear that? A little scratchier. So, I mean, with any replica bag, there are going to be key differences. There are several key differences to me that I know off top because I have the real one. Like the Gucci signs, mine is way more defined and lifted, and this one is, I mean, it's there, but it definitely isn't like this one. So side by side, there are some key differences. If you look really, really close, you can see them, but if you're not looking close, then you won't see them. But to answer the question that I'm sure you guys are all wondering, so this bag is the replica and this one is the real one. This one was right at $1,100 and this one was only $37.75. So I don't know what percent markup that is, but for these two bags, if I had to pick again, personally, I would still pick my real one because I wanted the real one. But like realistically, I would pick this one because it is pretty much a spot on replica. Aside from the hardware and the interior pocket, you really can't tell the difference in the two. I mean, call me crazy, but they do look identical. It is a really, really good replica. The leather is really good. Of course, it's not the real one, so the differences can make or break it, but I feel like this one is made by someone who's doing a really good job at replicating these bags, because it really does feel like it was made well. It's gonna hold up maybe a year or two. I don't really know, it's not my bag, so I don't know how she's gonna wear it or how often she's gonna use it, but I do think this one is gonna hold up pretty good just based on how it feels. The stitching looks really nice. The zipper is smooth. It's not as smooth as this one, but it is a smooth zipper. It's not one of those zippers that's gonna scratch you when you put your hand inside the bag. And I do feel like this strap, the strap is thicker, so I don't know if I mentioned that, but this strap is much thicker than the real one. So here are the straps side by side. Clearly the strap is much thicker on the replica one, but I do But overall, I do think that this one is a good replica. If you're someone who's on a budget or someone who just doesn't really justify the price, which I mean, it is hard to justify the price sometimes for these bags, but if you're someone who really loves this bag and you want the look of the bag but don't want to spend the money for the bag, then this one is a really good replica. I mean, really, really good. I would recommend this one for someone who likes this shape and style because it does hold a lot. My Gucci one holds a lot. I took it to Paris last year and that's the only bag I wore the whole time. It fit my camera, my phone, my passport, sanitizer, everything fit into that purse. I promise you everything fit and I was so surprised. So here's my phone for reference. I have the iPhone Pro something, and in comparison, here's my phone, here's the bag. You can see how much the bag holds. It does hold quite a bit. So overall, I do think that this one is worth the money. I mean, personally, I do think it's worth the money. And I do think that this one is a really good replica. I don't know how they did it so good because I have seen other ones. I'm telling you, I've seen a lot of replica bags of this one. And I've seen so many that either don't have the lifted Gucci sign, which is a dead giveaway because this one it's supposed to be lifted. The tassel is too thin. This is a pretty good tassel. Or the shape is too small. So this one is pretty spot on. The sizing is just right. I mean, give or take. Let me line them up. It being slightly wider and the strap being slightly thicker, I think it's a good replica. I really do. Besides the minor few things that I can point out personally by owning the real one, it really is spot on for the real. Of course, like I said, the zipper is different, the tassel is different. The tassel is still a good tassel, but it's different. The hardware is different. The strap is thicker and the two pockets on the inside are different. So aside from those few things, it really is spot on. Side by side, you guys let me know, can you tell the real from the fake? Would you spot the real or the fake if it was on my body? You guys let me know. So if you're someone that's in the market for the Gucci Soho Disco bag, I hope this review helped you decide between spending the money on the real one or going the cheaper route and getting the replica bag. I personally have no opinion either way. Do whatever makes you happy, whatever you can afford, of course. And hopefully, if you do decide to get a replica bag, hopefully it is one of the better quality ones. So let me know down below, are you pro replica bags or would you never wear a replica bag? Have you ever had one? Do you like it? Do you not like it? What is your opinion on them down below? I would love to know. Personally, I'm in the middle. I'm a little bit indifferent. I feel like do whatever you want to do, whatever you can afford. It's your life. You only get one. So do whatever makes you happy. But let me know down below. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.